Black.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to JUL Live, where we live stream in July, and you know, sometimes it's unboxing, sometimes it's giving away cool gadgets like we're going to do today, and other times it's going to be having a discussion about action cameras or just whatever you guys want to talk about. And if you're new here, my name is Danny Black, so welcome to the channel, and don't be a stranger. Click that button right there. I think, yeah, hit that one too. That'd be great. Yeah, I mean, just do it. Just hit it right now. Yeah. Not on the screen, though. That'd be a bit weird. Yeah, so welcome to the studio space. It's a bit quiet here today. It's just me and myself and a panda head back there. And yeah, so it's me and you guys. There's 34 of you watching right now, so thank you so much for tuning in. And 35 if you count Lincoln and Jury. And hello, hey Pooperay and Gentle. All right, I'm back. I got that sorted out. Sorry, it's so funny. I had extra batteries sitting around. I even have it plugged in, so I don't know why it wasn't working, but every battery I put in wasn't like working. So I was like, well, gotta go running and find it. And thank you to the 20 people that messaged me letting me know that the camera died. I appreciate that. That's all part of the plan. It's all part of getting you guys here and enjoying it, because it's not meant to be a super professional thing. This is just for fun, and it's, you know, community building. So yeah, I guess the first thing we'll be talking about with the action camera or whatever camera is good battery life. That would be pretty good. So anyway, I'm back and ready to talk about some of that stuff. I'm doing the giveaway for the Ulanzi. It's like up to a $100 accessory that you can get from Ulanzi. So make sure we'll be doing that giveaway here very soon. Look down in the description, the link to the video. Make sure you leave a comment on that video. You can like let it play a little bit. Leave a comment on that video if you haven't already. I'm not doing duplicate comments. And yeah, so we will do that random draw and you will win a nice little prize. We'll look at the Ulanzi website later too to see what you might pick up. And you have to be watching live to win unless you're a member. So that's a good membership perk. If you want to become a member, it's $1 for the month. And we also do all the days that we're not doing these streams. I'm doing member streams. We just have a chat. We have a lot of fun. Like last night, we had some fun. So there we go. And Ulanzi, yeah, Ulanzi's great. I will try to be on the comments as best I can. What's up, John Stern? I think I was just about to say hi to everybody, and then, yeah, the camera went out. Jim Knight George, hello. Get it right, media. Yeah, nuclear powered camera. I love it. Maybe the perfect camera. Ribbit head. Nice. Philip Ryder. Ken, how are you doing? Millage. Pump. I know. It's so funny when that happens and people, Papa, what is it? Papa got a GoPro, what's up? Nice. I love your channel, by the way. And all right, there might be more of you that I haven't said hi, but I'm popping you down here, right there, and JM Tech as well. Some great members here, as you can see. And all right, there we go. Yeah, so Ulanzi has great products, but yeah, I wanted to talk about what, like, I guess you like that picture. This is not any kind of real product. This one right here, that's just something I like fashioned together. Obviously, like, what, I gotta look this way. Okay. Yeah, so basically I made that as I just like compiled a bunch of stuff. I put the DJI base, I took the GoPro, made the lens really big, and also I made it a lot wider as well, and made the screen big. And if you can see on that screen, like there's like there's like a focus lock and things like that. So that's something to me that could be really cool, that I would like a lot. But I also want to know, when we're talking about these cameras, first of all, I want to say that I'm not jaded in any way. I think that these cameras are amazing, especially like I've had like that old like handy cam and stuff like that. So coming from all of that, I'm not complaining one bit that these aren't great cameras. It's just more like there's always something. Like, to me, I think that we are a good think tank of ideas, and a lot of you have been using some of these cameras, and you probably have some frustrations with certain things or things that you would like to see more of. So I also know I promise you I don't have a new GoPro. If I did, I would probably be reluctant to make this make this live stream. So no, I don't have any new GoPros on me, or no, I don't know of any at the moment, except for the fact that we just kind of think there will be one because there's been one every year. Having said that, Luke, Edwin, what's up? I know. Okay. All right. Yeah. So there we go. I was going to try to get you on this one too, Luke. So if you want to pop on here, just let me know and I'll send you a link that you can join. Other than that, I think that's the big thing to me. Like looking at some of these cameras, like to go through, there's so many good things about this. And we did that whole, like, which camera's best already. We went through that, and my answer was the 11 was the best as far as the quality goes, but everything has a different purpose. And even like this one right here with the 1-inch sensor, it's like, there's a lot of good things. It's almost like you could almost take all of these and just smash them together and do something. Even with the Action 2, one of the things that I loved about the Action 2, and Luke reminded me of this, is the macro lens, which you could put on there and you can get up like really close up shots, and it looked great. And it's like, no one else was making like attachable macro lenses that are specifically for these cameras. So first of all, let's start with one of my favorite things to talk about, resolution. It's not my favorite thing, but like resolution, I mean, have we gotten to the point where it's like, do we need to get into like 6K and 8K? Is that important? Especially because most people have like 4K screens. They don't have anything higher. Obviously, higher resolution is great because then you can crop in without losing as much. So what are your thoughts on that? Let's see if I can bring up some of these comments here. You guys are all in there chatting with each other, which is great. And adding to this, yeah, these new cameras are super cool. I also think it also depends on what you want to be using it for. Like if you are someone that's just, doing mountain biking and stuff, and you want to make sure that you have like that action shot, like these are perfect for that already. But a lot of you guys watching will be more like wanting to vlog like an everyday camera that gets the best quality and also maybe inspires you a little bit to create. Yeah, I have one of those, what is it, Q-Co macro lenses that pop on the GoPro. I've made a video on that as well. And it works to a degree, like just like the Max Lens mod. If they were able to do like a Max Lens mod mode, like macro lens mode, where if you notice with the Action 2, you have to enable the mode on here. Without it, it's just like a weird, it gets in focus, but everything else is warped. And then when you turn that on, it's just like, it makes everything look really nice in the background as far as like a bokeh or something. So that's the only problem with that. You can get some close-up shots, but everything kind of looks a little bit warped. So yeah, you think 6K is too much? Oh yeah, you'll join? All right, cool. 1 sec. Let me see if I can find a way to do this. Yeah, because Luke will have a lot of good input on this. I just gotta find your information, like your email. That last time we streamed together was like what, the GoPro, like the new GoPro release from like Hero 10 maybe? I don't remember exactly. Let's see. Of course, when I search your name, it, like all of your comments or loves the comment and stuff like that shows up on my email. So do me a favor, Luke, if you could send me an email, it's my name is DannyBlack@gmail.com. Send me an email real quick and I will send you that link to join. Should be good. So I'll await that, and then that makes it a lot easier than trying to find it. So you like my studio space, and yeah, thanks to, like, we hit 46 like recently, which is great. Oh, what's up, Jeff? You'll get a tour of the studio space very soon. I have a couple more things that are arriving. It's like just trying to perfect it, and I have a really cool addition that I have. Yeah, I can't wait to show you, but I can't show you yet. So, hey, what's up, Tom? I have a question. Best SD cards for GoPro. For me, it's definitely this. For me, this has been the best. It's not in here. Oh yeah, I put it in. Where did I put that? I took it out and put it in one of these other things. See, we call this a black hole studio because you literally, like, there's so much stuff here that you lose something like right away. But I use the SanDisk Extreme Pro. That works the best. Extreme Pro. It's like the black one, not the brown one. Okay. Will all the cameras in the stream work with the Ulanzi system? Well, you mean like the OLOX system? Is that what you're talking about? The OLOX system, if that's what you're referring to, that's all from like a phone, not these cameras. That's what it is. So they need to address the heat problem before they jump up to 8K for sure. Yeah. That's true too. Yeah, I mean, the more pixels you get, the more to work with. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to send an invite here to Luke, which means I got to put headphones on so I can hear him. And there we go. Yeah, I also think, I'm going to put this here for now. To me, like you said, that yeah, we'll get to all, you know what, we'll start with resolution here. We'll wait till Luke comes on so we can talk a little bit more about it. So we're talking about the perfect camera and what would make the perfect camera. And so sensor size, to me, I'm actually excited to see what Luke has to say about this stuff, but yeah, the frame rate as well. I do like 60 frames per second being like at the height. So like I love this is 5K, 5.7K, 60 frames per second. I mean, we're getting close to 6K at that point. There we go.
Love this is 5K.
Oh, you got to put some headphones on too, I think. Do you have any headphones?
No, I don't. I thought that would come through on my laptop here.
Oh no, it does. But you just hear me talking. Like
Oh,
unless
I
maybe
have.
not. I think you fixed it. I think you fixed it. I think that worked.
Is that working?
Yeah, I think it's working.
Okay. If we have any problems, I can go fetch some.
No, I think it's good. I think you might have just turned off the stream or something. That's probably what it was, making that sound. Cool. What's up, Luke Edwin? How are you doing?
Doing good.
You're busy just creating more and more with this.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you make another video, I'm like, oh, I wish. Why didn't I do that? It's so creative, man. I love what you're doing with it.
Thanks.
So yeah, welcome Luke Edwin. If you guys don't know him, go check out his channel. But Luke would be the perfect person to have on here to talk about what would make the perfect little action camera. Like what are the best of all the worlds that would make, something, I don't know, something like this.
Yeah. So like, if there was no limits and we could just
Yeah.
have anything we wanted.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there. I like that. I like that.
A cinema camera in that. Oh.
Yeah. Well, I think that one of the biggest things would be having some kind of a fixed focus, just like with an iPhone, where you can almost like cinematic mode on an iPhone. If there's a way to enable something like that, and I feel like it might have to go more with the AI of it versus because the way that these work, they don't really have that.
Right.
I mean, why would this have it and this
Why
one?
not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, exactly. Why not?
We can fit 4 cameras in an iPhone. Why can't we fit at least one that has an autofocus into an
I know.
camera? It's not the tech.
Exactly.
It's just probably the niche. They're thinking nobody wants to worry about autofocus when you're on a surfboard. Like,
true.
The niche defines the camera, and a lot of times we want to do things outside that niche and use the camera, and that's why we're like, we want autofocus, we want shallow depth of field and all this stuff, but it doesn't fit like the people that they're trying to sell most of the cameras to, even though me and you would love to have that in an action camera.
Yeah.
But I also don't see why they couldn't.
Right. John said, phones do it with a stereo depth map. And I think that's the thing is if to me, the perfect camera would literally be just this much on this big, but with 3 cameras or something like that, with what the iPhone does, and having the zoom lens and the ultra wide, and then the regular one. It just, I don't know, man.
I don't think they necessarily need to pack 3 different cameras into an action camera. I think they just need to make the one that they have at least have autofocus and better processing. In our phones, we have really good processing going on behind the scenes that's taking all of that information from the camera and making it higher dynamic range, bringing in details from the highlights and the shadows and all that stuff. That's kind of, I don't want to say AI because it's not necessarily AI, but there's just a lot more workload going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, they've been developing it for a while.
They just don't put that tech, like the chip and the stuff that could run that, into action cameras right now, but they totally could. So
I mean, that bokeh basically, that's what it would be nice to have. I feel like you said, most people on a surfboard don't want to have to worry about the focus, but if you could have 4K cinematic mode from your phone on a surfboard, and the ability to adjust it, how much focus, blur, or whatever, you could get some really creative shots. It'll look like a movie camera, you know what I mean? And I guess we have to define what we're talking about here. It doesn't necessarily have to be more action camera, because I don't use this for as much action as I do just everyday recording. And one of the biggest things that blew my mind was the Hero 7 with the Hypersmooth, when that came out, and it was just the footage was stable. That was a huge game changer to me, because it's stable footage. It's crazy how what they could do with that.
So I think having larger sensors is good. We saw that with the 1-inch sensor in the Insta360, that one right there. The problem with that camera is that the bigger sensor actually causes there to be more depth of field. And so they set that focus distance at an infinite focus, so it'd work for most action shots. But then the instant you try to vlog with it or film yourself, you're super out of focus. Which
Yeah, you have to hold it really far away.
You
if you
don't
would.
have that problem with the GoPro as much because there's actually a deeper depth of field. More is in focus because there's a smaller sensor. So I would like to see, give us that 1-inch sensor, but then give us a little bit of autofocus so that you could still film those vlog style shots.
Yeah. No, true. Yeah, that would be very ideal. I mean, who's to say, like, well, I was going to say, who's to say you couldn't like just have this as a manual focus point? It's like
right.
Bigger camera.
Like, my camera's really dirty here.
That's right. I'll adjust my image to match you a little bit too. Just to make it feel cool.
I think they could totally fit an autofocus in there if they can give us 3 autofocus cameras on an iPhone. But even if they just had a manual focus that was like, had 2 different settings. If you flipped it to one, it would be focused closer for like vlogging. And if you just flipped the switch the other way, it would be infinite focus. You would never, you would need to really be able to focus in between those spots. You just want to be able to switch back and forth. I think that'd be cool.
So, I mean, is the real gripe about these things not necessarily the bodies? Obviously, a 1-inch sensor, closer to 1 inch on on a GoPro, the better low light. That'd be nicer to see. I think that's what everyone. If you ever read anybody's comments in like Facebook groups, they're always saying 1 inch. We just need a 1-inch sensor. That's all they really want is a 1-inch sensor. And to me, I think that really, if they just kept developing the software more and more with the new processors that they have and things like that, I think that they can still do some mind-blowing stuff, some new mind-blowing stuff. Just with that, like you said, with the like some kind of switch for manual focus to autofocus, and I also like the Action 3, by the way, which is going to be a giveaway, I believe, on the next stream. So if you see that smart ring video I just posted, I'm going to be picking random comments from that for tomorrow's or Wednesday's giveaway. 2 days from now, giveaway. It's hard with the time zones. But with that, they have that thing where it will make the selfie stick invisible in the snow. But like, I feel like that's what they say. I'm actually going snowboarding in Australia in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to actually try that. But
so that has to be all software, because that's
exactly. But that makes me think, like, with software, if they could make something like that where it does get rid of your selfie stick, like just knowing like how to paint out that spot, that would be awesome to have that quality of like a GoPro, but with the cool secret look that you get from the 360 cameras.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, right now we have 360 horizon lock with the Go 2 and the Go 3, but we don't get that on any of the large action cameras that actually have, or is that on the, am I wrong? Is that on the Action 3? Like horizon lock?
Yeah. They have it, they have it at 2.7K though.
Okay, so it is cropping in. Like, you lose resolution. You never really want to film at that because you're like, I'm not getting the maximum amount of quality when I enable horizon lock. And it's like cropping into the image. Whereas the Go 3 and the Go 2, you don't lose. It's not like cropping in because it has like a square sensor or something.
No, but I thought with the Go 3, the freeform, like when you put it on that mode, you can only do 144p versus 2.7K. But I guess even 2.7K is still 144. It's instead of 144 by 140. Is that right? Like they just make it square. They go square.
You're not shooting at 2.7K. So you are at less resolution, but it's still using the whole sensor. Like, you're still getting the same field of view. Is it cropping in on the Action 3? Actually.
It will crop. Well, it's going to be shooting at the higher resolution, but only giving you 2.7K because it's cropping down. Yeah, it's going to be cropping in, not cropping in the image, but cropping in the resolution.
Okay.
Does that make sense? No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Because we're talking about
field of view, though, like how wide.
Here, let's have a look. Let's get to the bottom of this. So why do I need that in an action camera? Just pick up an R5. Well, I mean, R5 is big. It's some, like a lot of people are afraid to go out in public and talk to their camera because it looks, it's just, it gets attention, and you don't want attention sometimes when you're doing that. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. And even more so, people don't want a camera, and like, if they see a bigger camera and like you're filming, they're like, what are you filming? Like, everyone's a bit more worried about being on the internet, going viral for something. Okay, so
sorry. So rabbit trail here. Derailed.
No. So with Action 3, you can get up to 4K with Horizon. Sorry. See, it doesn't really tell you. You have to switch it down here. Okay, so 4K 60 with Horizon balancing. So that's 45 degrees. It'll keep it the same. Okay. Now, if we drop down to 2.7K, that's where you get the Horizon Steady, which is what keeps it. Obviously, when you hit record, you got to hit record first, but it'll keep it steady. But does it crop in? Well, I think there's that. And let's go back up to 4K. Same distance. Oh yeah. That's a huge crop.
Yeah.
That's a huge crop.
So it's that crop that I'm referring to that you don't get with the Go 3 right now. It does drop resolution, but you still have the wide field of view.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I actually didn't consider that was the thing.
Feature that every action camera should have, not just this little tiny one.
Yeah. GoPro does it.
You have to buy a lens mod
with a max lens. Yeah, but then that stays in 2.7K. Yeah. But one of the big things I don't know why any company hasn't done this, but it's like, just have an extra accessory that you can buy that's a wireless mic that connects right to the camera itself. So you don't have to plug anything else into it. Throw on a wireless microphone, and it's like, it just connects right to it. Maybe even two. You can get two to one camera. That way you can do interviews or something. But like, that would be so useful to me. Like, I don't know why. And it seems like it's not like a hard thing to do. Like, if you think about like all these companies that have these wireless microphones that do the 2.4 gigahertz or whatever, like, you think that could just go right through with like the Wi-Fi or something.
Actually, that just here's a crazy idea. You know how the Go 3, the camera pops out of the action pod, they call it, the charging case and the screen, and then the camera pops in here? Do that with a wireless mic that's part of the camera. Like, normally you're shooting and the mic is on the camera, and then I could just pop the microphone off of the camera, like you pop the camera.
Oh yeah.
And hook it on my shirt. So now I have audio here, but I'm filming with, I don't know.
I know, I get what you're saying. Like, it's almost like you have this, but with a detachable mic, on the side, it's like this. Ready? Let me just take my mic off. There it is.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Are you guys listening? The GoPro, are you listening? That would be cool. I just think that's the kind of stuff.
That's something that no camera does. If you drop that in the next GoPro, that would be a cool feature you could show and be like, no other camera does this.
Yeah, no, seriously. I wish I had 3K. $3,000. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is the price to buy those bigger cameras, and the lenses and things like that. So, yeah, it's just. Have you ever followed Camera Conspiracies?
No.
Is the channel Camera Conspiracies? All right, it's anyway, that's his whole thing is the hunt for the perfect camera. So, but he's always dogging on some of these things, and someone said the RX0 has a 1-inch sensor. Sorry, I saw that up there. Let's see. This one right here. Yeah, the RX0. Have you ever used that one? I've never used that one.
No.
Yeah, or let's see, what was that? Like an AirPod. Yeah, it could be like an AirPod, like the microphone thing. That would be cool. I don't know. I think that there's that. I also think, to me, I'm like 50-50 on internal storage. At some level, I think that internal storage is good because I feel like when you have dodgy SD cards, that causes a lot more problems. But if you had that in like, Go 3 has internal storage, and I mean, it's super easy to get the files off of it to your computer. Especially easy just to put them on your phone. So why not? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I actually like the internal storage, so long as there's enough of it. I mean, give me 120 gigs of internal storage, and I'll probably be happy. Maybe not shooting at 5K. I don't know about that, but if you could do internal storage and have enough that you could run, vlog all day long and not worry about it, I'll take the internal storage over an SD card.
No, but that's a really good point though about 5K though, like 5K files, like that's gonna get. Well, I mean, I could put a 64 gigabyte card in and film for the most part everything I need to film without running out of space. However, I guess if you're shooting a whole like vacations worth of stuff, I mean, you'd want like maybe 512 though would still give you a lot. But I don't know if that'd be an expensive camera. I think
most people probably prefer the SD card, so I wouldn't change that just because I'm okay with internal storage. People want to be able to start out with like the base model of something and then like upgrade to a better SD card and have more storage, but not have to invest in that right off the bat. Whereas if there's internal storage, it's like, oh, do I really want to pay the extra $200 for more internal storage? And then if you do, you can't ever upgrade. Like, I get it.
Did you pay more for your Mac internal storage? Did you upgrade you? What did you get? What did you end up with? What storage?
I have the MacBook Pro M1 Pro, and it has a terabyte of storage.
Okay. Yeah, mine has
like everything else is base model, and then I just like upgraded the storage.
Yeah, that's how my MacBook is as well. What's up, Miss Kettle? And okay, well then, what about battery then? And like internal battery versus external battery, swappable batteries, like.
I've never really run long enough to feel like I needed to swap out my battery on a GoPro, but I'm also not a super heavy user. Like, I understand why people want it on GoPros because they're really power hungry, but also then there's things like the little Go 3 here that has like twice as much battery life. And it's internal, like you can't swap it out, so you're kind of stuck with what it is, but also you don't ever seem to run out of battery in a day. So
the Action 3 battery life is ridiculously good too, and they don't have any overheating issues, which is a huge upgrade from the Action 2. Which it's so funny, like this camera like has possibilities. Like there's so many cool things about this. I just don't think people were ready for modular, like even that, like I feel like even with the One RS, like the One RS with the fact that you can change things around, it's so cool. But to be honest, it's a pain in the butt to have to take things off. And
also,
I don't know.
Don't buy those extra modules. Now you're stuck with a camera that breaks apart for no reason. And like one of the big things for me is I want to have that rear facing screen so that I can film myself. But if I have to disassemble the camera in order to flip the screen around every single time, I'm not going to do that. That's just annoying. And so I would rather have that screen basically how the GoPro is now. Give me a little monitor that I can at least view myself on. If you can make that touch screen, that's better.
Yeah.
Or if you can make that flip screen, that's even better.
Well, that's a huge thing about the Action 3 too, is the like touch on the the front is
large touch.
And it is a good, like it is so easy to do too. Like
with that,
it did so well.
That should just be the way action cameras are from now on, in my opinion, unless you want to do something like the flippy screen. That works too. But this is also like a weak point, especially for an action camera that could go through really rough stuff. You don't necessarily want
true
a screen that's
true
down.
I don't see people using this for action. I mean, the way you use it, I feel like that's what people are going to use it for, is to get creative shots with it, get like those impossible shots. And I mean, it's cool to have this. Like I did when I was in Sydney, and I was like, I'd flip it up and you could see my shot, frame it, and it was really nice. However, just having that front screen, like that's the thing too. Like when we talked about like the focus or whatever, if you could see yourself on the front and just like tap on yourself and it kind of recognizes you as a face, and it just kind of like keeps it like on you, like the focus or like the, you know, like with GoPro you can hold it down and you can do the auto exposure, something like that. That's basically, yeah. But to sum up the battery life, I think that the only thing I don't like about swappable batteries, or like especially more so maybe with GoPro, and I'm not trying to like poo on GoPro because I still think that they're the best one, but like when they do get hot, like they bubble up in a weird way that I feel like they're just gonna like squirt out at you. And
the batteries do. The batteries.
Yeah, you probably haven't experienced that in South Dakota.
Terrifying. No.
It is terrifying. Even the Enduro battery does it. But yeah, it's that doesn't happen super often. But like, you know, sometimes maybe you even forget to turn it off and it's still recording and you put it in your bag or something like that. And it just like, I feel like that can be dangerous. But there is, another big thing is, the field of view. Like we talked about, obviously like if the focus, but like, you know, what would be the ideal? Like you have like super duper wide, ultra wide, you have up to narrow, which is just basically the same image, but just cropped in, right? Yeah. So you don't have to do that later on. I mean, it's not the same. Is it the same image though? Because like super here, let me see if I can, does this battery even work here? The like hyperview has that way like weird warped effect, so it doesn't seem like it'd be the same image. I have to get another battery for this one, but so it must not be the same image. Sorry, I'm trying to also keep up with the chat here.
I'm confused about GoPro because they don't seem to actually specify the actual resolution when you're picking like between the different crops, because it has to be losing resolution if you're cropping in digitally, but they don't specify that. It's like, oh, you can have like this super narrow field of view and it says it's at 5K still. It's like, it can't be if you're cropping into the image digitally.
Yeah. So exactly.
It's annoying to me that they don't actually tell you that you're losing resolution when you crop in like that. I actually think this is a spot where Insta360 has it right, where you don't really worry about that when you're filming. You just specify that afterwards and you can pick between any of them in post. And I realize that some people don't necessarily want the extra effort of doing more post processing, but being able to choose how your frame is cropped or your video is cropped is spot on for Insta360.
Oh yeah, totally. By the way, John works for GoPro in the chat. He's not my GoPro contact necessarily, but he says no record cases of GoPro causing. Yeah, I don't think that they would cause a fire, but they could get really hot. But it is weird when they bulge out a little bit, and like I don't know if that's good to put it back in the camera or not. People are. Darwin is especially hot, and in Florida too. So first of all, with hyperview, I think hyperview has its place. I think that there's ways to use it creatively, but I think it'd be more like, you'd just be going down like a road or something and have all that. Like, I know that some people said that they watched my footage in hyperview and it made them like sick. And because it's just
some people really hate it. Yeah.
Yeah. You love it or hate it. My go-to camera, if I was to grab any one of these, would be, it would be the GoPro, just because I know that I just think the image looks better, in my opinion. Maybe it's not Luke's opinion though. If it's about image, yes, it's the GoPro. But I mean, again, Action 3 looks good, but when I put them side by side, I can tell a difference. But what would be your go-to?
Pixel peeped at enough of this stuff long enough to realize that it really depends on what situation you're in. Like the GoPro might look great in broad daylight, and then one of the Insta360 cameras may look better in the evening for low light. Like it really just depends on what you're trying to shoot. If you want super dynamic range or
true.
There's just different scenarios where different ones shine. Same thing with the Action 3. Like you see some HDR footage and you're like, whoa, that looks way better than the GoPro, but it only was in a certain lighting condition that it looked better, and then it looks way worse other times. So it's like, I want something that looks 9 out of 10 every shot instead of a 10 out of 10 every now and again, and then like worse other times.
Yeah.
Consistency is the big thing. And that's what we see with like an iPhone. The iPhone isn't the best resolution or video quality necessarily, but it does the same thing every single time. Like,
oh yeah, that is the most versatile.
I know what I'm gonna get, even if it's not necessarily as good as some other camera might be under the right conditions. And that's probably where you're coming from with the GoPro. You just kind of know, like, it doesn't really matter what I'm shooting. It might not be the best, but it's gonna be like consistent. I know what to expect.
Yeah. I genuinely like shooting in that 8x7 like portrait thing. I think that it's so much more useful for me, like to be able to, as an editor, to crop in and adjust the height, or if I wanted to, you know, turn it into a vertical video, then that's the option too. So that is, to me, like that was a big update. A lot of people didn't see the use for it. But I did, and I love shooting it that way because, and also if I'm shooting with this, I think there's obviously you can go through the pro modes and probably do a better job, customizing your shot. But if I was to take both of these and like go skating, it's broad daylight, but then I go into a shaded area, I just see a lot more like compression, or like it doesn't look as good on, like it looks way better on the Hero 11 is what I'm going to say. It doesn't look like the worst thing in the world, but I see a difference. This one obviously would be great. The problem is this, you know, the menu system on these ones, I'm not really a big fan of. But also you can't pick this up anywhere. Like they don't really sell them anymore, I guess. But it's, yeah. I mean, the Go 3, the difference with the Go 3, in my opinion, is that it's just so tiny. Like this would be a really great travel camera if you're just trying to put stuff on Instagram and you know, Facebook or stuff for like small memories, you know. Small memories.
The thing that impressed me when I first started shooting with this was the dynamic range and like how it handled colors and stuff. It might not be the highest resolution, but if you're looking at it on a phone, it looks better than a GoPro, in my opinion, even though spec wise, everything's worse. So it's just how it's processed.
Yeah, you're right. It does look really good, especially in the day. Like I noticed like the sky colors, like the blue was really nice. Sorry, I just saw something up here from John. He said something about you can pick the digital lenses in GoPro app. I've never tried. I didn't know that. I have to check that out.
I feel like I looked for it, but didn't find it, and I probably just didn't look hard enough or in the right place.
That's a new video, Luke. I'm gonna beat you to it.
Go for it. I have other things going on at the moment.
Yeah, dude. Don't we all? Don't we all? Yeah. So going back down a little bit. Oh wait, wait. Sir Dave said that Danny B is a handsome man, but then corrected and said that you're actually you're the handsome man in this, which I can say yes, that's true. Luke is a handsome man, more so than me. Basically, the other thing I guess that I would want to talk about. I mean, obviously, I think AI could be a big part of it. And dude, you're so heavy into AI, and like you're way more heavy than I am into AI. And I like when I say AI, it's probably the wrong term, I guess, but it's like the fact that like if there's ways to incorporate like shooting in a camera and then putting on like, you know how like they have like those filters on the X3 where you can sky swap and stuff like that. Like,
like that is, but like AI, I guess.
Yeah, but like even heavier, so like you can almost put something in the element, almost like then that would be
augmented reality.
Augmented, thank you. Yeah, and just do some stuff like that where it's like let's put a dinosaur in the scene and like go around. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. I want to see more stuff like that, but I think that would have to. They'd really have to open source it to like other like third party creators, kind of like what Apple did with their App Store, and Samsung as well.
That's one thing that Insta360 also has really going for them, is they're really creative in just introducing new like software stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, totally.
and
Absolutely.
I don't know
It's
that
a 360 and they dominate with that.
not
Sorry.
everybody finds it useful, but they're like introducing new things, and I think that's where you need to be at as a
Yeah.
tech company right now. Is you can't just stick with the old thing and keep upping the resolution every year and expect people to buy it. Like you have to wow people with there's new features you haven't seen before. And I think that's where the autofocus that we were talking about earlier, some sort of shallow depth of field, whether that's AI or actual real shallow depth of field with
Yeah.
real autofocus, one or the other, at least something along those lines could make action cameras be more up to par with what we're seeing on our phones. I feel like if you're gonna buy a designated camera, why isn't it as good as your iPhone? That's not just a camera; it's also everything else. Like
I know.
that's the most frustrating thing to me. It's like
uh
I'm buying this and it's just a camera. Make it as good as a phone, at least. Bottom line,
yeah.
if not
Well, I
better.
mean, what $2,000? Well, I don't know how much an iPhone is, but
Yeah,
let's just say $2,000 versus 300 or $400.
yeah.
That is a big difference. But you said like you get way more use out of this, and it's your phone.
But you can still buy a $300 phone that has multiple cameras that all have autofocus.
True. That's true. That's so true. That's so true. Wait, what was that comment? Why do GoPros suck at taking photos? I don't. You know what? To be honest, I don't use a GoPro for photos. I never use GoPros for photos. Like, I'd rather just take a screen grab from a 5K video than to take a picture. So maybe I just don't like the way I look when I take a picture too. It's like you have to like pose for it versus like capturing like an off the cuff video. I don't know.
Yeah, you can like scrub through a video and pick the best shot out of millions of frames that were taken. So
Yeah.
versus hitting the button and taking one photo. But to answer that guy's question really briefly, if that's okay.
Oh, is it this the GoPro suck question? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, for taking
Okay.
photos, a good photo really comes down to a lot more than just resolution. It has to do with shallow depth of field and high dynamic range, how the light looks. Um, the reason that my webcam here doesn't look great isn't necessarily the resolution. It's how it's the fact that the background's in focus as well as my face. It's because of how it's handling the dark areas and introducing a lot of grain over here because it's not a big sensor, stuff like that. So yeah, what goes into a good photo is not just the resolution, which is they give you all kinds of resolution on a GoPro, but it still doesn't make good pictures.
Yeah. No, I've seen some in any great GoPro pictures I've seen were definitely edited for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think
Right.
that's
You're kind of correcting for everything that the camera lacks by being
yeah.
really good at editing pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let me just go because we're kind of running. I wanted to make this just about an hour long. So and we have to do the Ulanzi giveaway. But any last questions here? I saw one here. But any last questions after this one? Get them out there quickly. Luke, on your Go 3, what setting did you change that you noticed made the biggest improvement to your videos? Good question.
Ooh, honestly, I was just shooting with the regular free frame mode, which is 1440p. It's not even the highest resolution of the camera, and all auto settings. Make sure you go into your top menu and make sure that it's set to the highest bit rate. That makes a huge difference, especially when you upload to YouTube. If it's a low bit rate, it's going to compress it more, even if it's the same resolution. And then you have to be careful about that when you're editing. A lot of this comes down to editing. You have to make sure you're shooting at the highest bit rate when you're filming, but then also make sure that you're exporting it with the highest bit rate too. You can do that in the Studio app. You can't necessarily do it on your phone. You're not going to get the highest bit rate when you're exporting. And it may look fine on your computer, but as soon as you upload to YouTube, it's going to take that low bit rate, go, hey, this is not a very good video. Let's compress it even more and make it look terrible. So if you can keep
Would you
things
say
highest bit rate as
no?
possible.
But for sharpness, what about video sharpness?
I left the sharpness on low, actually.
Oh, because it was set to high, I think, originally.
Yeah, medium or low is probably your best bet with sharpness.
Yeah,
Hopefully that
because
helps
you
you
can
out.
always Yeah,
I mean, I
good,
could
that was a
spend
good
an
answer.
hour talking about all the little things you could tweak, but I don't have time to do that right now. But those would be my big
Well,
takeaways.
my intern O'Collin, he's heavily into these into 360 videos and stuff. So I assume he's watching, at least watching later, watching the playback. But O'Collin, that's a video for you. There, you can make that video. Just take it, what he just said, and just make that video. Okay, so all right, these are the last. Let's just run through these. So they're talking to each other. The problem with the Insta360 though is it's a novelty. Yeah, there is a bit of a novelty to it, but maybe this one, but like the X3, I still like, man, when I shot that footage in Vegas, like I loved the way that came out. It looked so good, and the 8K time lapse, like on the strip, like Old Vegas, like it looks like you can zoom in so far, and it looked super clear. VCMs that do focus on. Okay. Any last questions? Yeah, they're gotcha. Okay, what stage do cameras be as good as they can? Maybe that's where we are at now. I think still though, no matter what, we compare them to our phones, so we know that there's the bar is set right there.
Yeah.
And I guess at what level do you go, well, why would I even buy one of these and just use my phone? But these are, you can't get those impossible shots like you can with this. So, what's the best camera? You have the one you have with you. Okay, yeah, that's a good statement. Yeah. Danny, what camera are you streaming on right now? So this right here is an old Sony A6500 with a 10 to 20 millimeter lens. And I'm going out of that into like a capture card, and it works great. And I'm using just the microphone, this Rode, that's going into that to get the audio. So what camera are you using, Luke?
I'm using my MacBook.
Oh, yeah, those are good though. They're good. They're not bad.
Ever. I've been on a live stream twice, and both of them were with you. So
that's so true.
Not invest in any live streaming equipment.
The Link camera and the ObSpot Tiny 2 are really good though as well. Like they're really good. Okay, last bits here. I think we're all caught up. So cool. Oh wait, will GoPro put macro into its camera? I hope so. I'm hoping so. Why make a changeable lens and be all excited about the max lens mod when they won't even put like a telephoto or macro? Like it's such an easy cash grab to me. Like you'd want to buy it.
You can get macro lens filters for it.
I think you have grease on your camera, Luke. That's what
Yeah, I was like wiping that off, but it still looks...
it makes you look younger. It gets rid of all the wrinkles.
Got a little glow going on there that covers up on it.
Yeah. That looks good. Emma says, this is my wife, by the way, says, haha, you are good at live streaming, though, I'm guessing, Luke. So saying that you're good. All right, Luke, I know your time is valuable, so I'll let you go. Thank you so much for joining and talking about all this stuff. It's always fun to just chat and hang out, and that's kind of what we're doing.
Me on, man.
Yeah, we're going to do a Ulanzi giveaway, so I'm going to let Luke go, and then we'll do this Ulanzi giveaway. Thanks again, man. Hopefully we'll have you on again soon, so for a third time. See ya. All right, there he goes. That was fun. Thanks again, Luke. That was great. We Marco Polo back and forth sometimes, and I mentioned it, and but then he joined in the chat, so worked out great. Very interesting stuff. But I think the big takeaway from what would make the best, like one of these cameras, is that whether it's processed depth of field, or it's a real like focus, like that you can actually put on here, and to me, a wireless mic would be great. But glad you guys enjoyed that. If you have not left a comment on the video in the description, the OLOC system from Ulanzi, I'm picking a random comment from that right now. You have to be watching live unless you are a member. And I will have to make sure I find out. It's always tricky to go through memberships. I'd have to, yeah, hold on one sec. Let me pull up the video so I get the comments here. We have 96 comments. Whether they are all unique, I don't know. And so what you're going to win, if I pick, you still have a chance. Go over, leave that comment right now. I'll give you like 1 minute to do that. And any good places to film in Los Angeles? Yeah. The Hollywood sign, the Griffin, is it Griffin Observatory? Griffith? And yeah, so I use this good old website called Random Comment Picker. So sorry, there might be some ads. Obviously, I don't have the premium version, but it does look pretty cool. If you want to become a member, make sure you click the join button. If you're on your phone, I think there's a link down in the description. You might be able to click on that to do it. It is just $1 American dollar for the entire month. Just kind of puts you in this little secondary group, like a little more tight group we have here. Griffith, thank you. Griffith Observatory. Video Proc Vlogger, it works great. It does, honestly. I still would push that as it is one of the best. I've never used DaVinci Resolve. I hear that's free too, but Video Proc, because I use Final Cut Pro and it's hard for me to like leave that ecosystem. I've invested too much in that, but I do subscribe to Video Proc's YouTube channel, and they put out so many tutorials. Like you can do a lot with it. So that's not a paid ad either. Hey, Regan Films, how are you? Nice. Yeah, it's good to see you. Oh yeah, you'll be fine up there at Griffith Observatory. You won't get robbed or killed up there. I mean, it is America, so who knows? I mean, I could say that anywhere, by the way. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna pick that random comment here. Let me get the link from the video. See if I can do math correctly again. Let's get rid of duplicate users. Or duplicate comments. What's 8 plus 8? 15. We have 97 unique comments, and here we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit start, and we will find. So basically, you will win. You can pick any accessory on the Ulanzi website up to $100 US dollars, and basically, yeah, I'll tell you what to do after you win. So here we go. Experiences and food reviews with Anthony Cooper. Anthony, I'll give you a nice little minute to, don't need this anymore, to tell me you're in the chat. Let me just double check that you are not a member. I'm pretty sure I would have remembered that name. It's so lonely without Luke. There's a lot of comments to go through here. If Anthony Cooper is not here, we will redraw. Where are you? Wow, maybe I wonder if his comment got. That's a sad story. I just read the comment. It's like, whoa. I don't see them in the chat. I'm pretty sure they're not a member. For some reason, I'm not even seeing his name in the comments here of this video. Which would be, oh, there it is. Yep, not a member. but that's he's military. Well, that's just you just give it to him. Well, I got to play by the rules. I mean, you got to play by the rules. That's terribly sad. I mean, I'm gonna give him something. All right, I'll just gonna screenshot that so I can contact him, maybe get him something else. But gotta play by the rules. So let's pick another winner here. Go for it. Start. S22 Ultra would be dope. All right, doing things. Doing things. If you are here, I'm pretty sure you're not a member. See, that's the perk of being a member, is you don't have to be here for the live to claim your prize. Doing things. Nope, not a member. Oh, thanks. Thanks for introducing us to Luke. Oh, Luke Edwin's the best, man. You gotta, yeah, on Instagram as well. Does the shorts. So find him on Instagram, YouTube. He's killing it on YouTube. He's doing great. No, thank you for the compliment. Let's see. You're kind of late to the party on this, but maybe not. So you just have to go down and look in the description. Just wait till the next. First of all, if you want to win this, I'm giving you a hint right now. Everybody that's watching right now, if you want to win this for the next live stream, public live stream, if you want to win this, go to that smart ring video I just did. That's the video I'm going to pull comments from. Just say something nice about the ring, and if you can, let the video play through, just so it doesn't just demolish the algorithm. And if you can, even on this one, hit that thumbs up button too. So here, we'll pick another winner. Kimberly Amato just started getting into Ulanzi. Find it so much better. Nice, good comment. So let's just see. I wish it showed that on this random thing. I wish it showed that they were members, but they are not. Kimberly, if you're here, you get it. If not, I'm gonna give you till I finish sipping this Pepsi Max. Actually, what I'll say is, so we'll go in order. We'll remember these names, and so I'll draw another one. But if Kimberly just pops in, because I know that there's like a 30-second delay on YouTube. Squid Paws. I know Squid Paws is a member, so you have won Squid Paws, and you were here earlier, but I think you said it was your bedtime or something like that, so you went to bed. So Squid Paws, I will contact you and let you know about the Ulanzi. Is he still here? So you get a $100 ish, like up to $100 in accessories. Oh, Squid Paws is here. Cool. Boom. Gotta like that. So a lot of great accessories there from Ulanzi. And again, next live stream, we're going to be looking at, so in 2 days from now, the Amazon Prime deals. We're going to look at some of the best Prime deals that are out there because it's Prime Day or whatever. And I'll do that giveaway. Sorry, let's flip this back around here. And I will do this. This is a huge giveaway, but we also have the Flow and the X3 for later giveaways. So that was fun. Good conversation, Squid Paws. I believe I have all your information because you were on the Hyperlapse challenge. That was fantastic too. So I'll send you an email here in a second on what to do. Everyone else, thank you so much for watching. And this is JUL Live. Members expect to stream tomorrow, members only. So we'll have a stream and we'll have some fun chats here in the office. And let's get stuff done. It's the beginning of the week. Let's be productive. And thanks again, John, also for tuning in, and Luke Edwin for being on the show, and everyone else from watching. And see ya.
That's Purple Act. Bye.